Hey there, folks. This is your big bad Ochaba, and on today's episode of Blazin' Bull, we're gonna be doing looks like the brick house today. So the brick house here. This one is from this quote unquote pays tribute to J.C. Newman's Hungarian roots and his flavor profile and all that. That's what they're claiming. J.C. Newman. Some folks may know them for, your Trader Jacks and whatnot. Some folks may know them as the oldest running American-owned premium cigar company. Straight up, they are the oldest out of them all. So, J.C. Newman has stood the test of time. They know what they're doing. Let's see. It's claiming that it's going to have some nice, rich spices, nuts, creamy, rustic tobacco flavors. Okay, so decked out with an Ecuadorian Habano leaf on the wrapper. So this should be interesting. It's claiming medium. It claims medium, so this should be interesting. So this was made in Nicaragua. We'll have to take a look at it. This was in the top 25 of 2010. So we'll definitely get it rocking and rolling in just a few moments.
All right, and here we go. Like I said, the brick house. So, of course, we've got the Stella boys flying in and back here, being twerps. All right, and first inspection, she's awful pretty. Look at that. Oh yeah, that nice Habano. And it's been sitting for a little while. I just noticed a little rep right here. And I don't believe it's any kind of like cigar beetle or anything like that, but it is concerning, but it is what it is. It is J.C. Newman, like I said. They're known for longevity, not inherently quality. So we'll see what we got. So, taking off the band, I'm going to go ahead and give it the punch cut. So we'll go ahead, like I said, give it a nice little punch right there. Now, with that hole right there, I'm not going to be happy trying to smoke on it, I don't think, but we'll see. It may surprise me. So, here we go. As always, I like to give it this nice little roasting. Always want to give it a little toast. All the way around. Make sure your fire is nice and far away from it. That way you're not just outright blasting it. You want to be coming at it from about a 45-degree angle, not straight on. There we go. I like to give it that good one. There we go. Definitely got all of it that time. Okay. Let's see. Very thick smoke. Very heavy. I'm calling this a medium. I'm not 100% sure I'd say medium. I'd say medium plus, just right off the bat. Just very heavy wham of flavor right off the top. I'm getting very earthy notes right off the bat. Like I said, definitely a medium plus. I would even say full. It's a full, I would say. That little hole right there does throw it off a bit. But if I sit there and try and cover it up real quick while I'm taking a puff off of it, it's not so bad. it's both smooth and strong at the same time. Like it's not, it's very, very woody, like hardwood. Very, 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 very rich. While still being smooth and kind of soft feeling, it's still very rich. And the draw in and of itself is pretty solid. It's a good mouth pull. Not too much, not too little. It's not shabby at all. Very, like I said, very rich. It very much feels like an oak, sort of hardwood, sort of woody, earthy flavor. I do taste the creaminess that they're bringing up. It is on the cream feel side of things rather than like a buttery sort of feel. Not quite as rich as a buttery sort of flavor. Kind of a really undertone sort of thing, like almost like if you're drinking like oat milk or something like that. That would be kind of that creamy flavor profile that's behind it, is more of like an oat milk, something like that, or almond milk. Almond milk, I think, would be more appropriate. Yeah. Imagine drinking a glass, imagine having a glass of almond milk and you're drinking it out of a uncured raw oak cup. That's kind of that base flavor there. Like I said, we're definitely looking at a full. This one's been sitting in the humidor for a little while. She's been cooking for a little while. This is part of that Old Dogs New Sticks bundle that I got a hold of. Well, we're getting about close to about an inch into it, and I mean we're stacking the ash on there. We're stacking pancakes. I'll give it that. But we're not quite burning all the way around, and I'm gonna really attribute that to that little hole that's right there in the side of it. Yeah, I gotta knock off some points on the construction there. I will say we're also getting quite a bit of tar just right off the bat. The flavor profile's honestly not really that impressive. To be 100% fair about it, like I would just about rather assume smoke one of those Trader Jacks I've got in there. It to me it's not as flavorful and well, I mean it does have a lot of flavor, don't get it wrong. It's just very pronounced, very, very bold, but at the same time, I don't know. It's just, it's honestly kind of mediocre right now. Okay, so we get a few more hits into it where we're still stacking that bit of ash right there. We're solidly at that inch mark now, maybe just slightly past it. Probably about an inch and a half. Now we're starting to, it feels like now we're starting to have more of a flavor change, a little bit of a profile change. So it feels like it's more the oak is more turning into like a cured leather. And that's not too terribly bad. It still does have that like creaminess of like a almond milk behind it, and honestly I've been sitting here dancing around with this and I hadn't lost my ash yet, so I mean I gotta give it that it's stacking them pancakes, so I gotta give it that. I definitely will say that it coats in a way that's reminiscent of like velvet in and of itself, just kind of spreading and coating around. And once it's in place, it kind of is like, well, kind of like Play-Doh in a way. The aftertaste has kind of got that almost Play-Doh-y taste. I'm not so sure I'm okay with that myself. But more like a clay, very, very earthy. I mean, we're holding that ash though. We have gotten past where that hole was, so we're rocking right along. How much do they want for one of these? $8? I don't know if I'd be paying $8 for this, honestly. Just to be 100%, I'm not so sure I would pay $8 for this flavor. There's a lot better flavor combinations, in my opinion, that you can get a hold of. I mean, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've had worse. I've also had better, so I don't know. We're still kind of out. The jury's still kind of out on it. We are still stacking pancake pretty well, so definitely very tar heavy. Yeah, I'd definitely say this is like a low end on the full, wholeheartedly. This is not a medium body. This is a full body. It's I've had full bodies that I enjoyed a lot more than this. This is, like I said, it just doesn't really taste on that kind of. It doesn't taste on the level that you would want a premium cigar to taste. That's really what it's boiling down to. If I'm gonna spend $8 on a cigar, I want it to taste like I'm spending at least $8 on a cigar. And this tastes like a fancy Philly Blunt or a Philly Titan. That's kind of what it tastes like. A little fancier, like this is kind of a disappointment. I personally am not much of a fan of this flavor profile. Someone else might like it a little better. There's really just nothing popping, nothing interesting, nothing new to it, nothing. I honestly, I'm not sure how it got on a list for top 25, but that was also back in 2010, so I don't know. Would I have any desire to really hunt this down and smoke it again? No. Just full bore? No. Yeah, really none at all. It's very much like, it very much to me tastes like it might as well be smoking a Philly Titan. Just, it's got a little better on that. I mean, I will say it is, looks like actual long leaf filler. That ash is holding. I'll give it that. It looks pretty. Ash is holding. But I mean, it's a full body, and it's got, like I said, it's kind of turned to more of a suede. Well, not really suede. More of like a velvety, but more of a cured leather as well. There's a little bit of an undertone of spice, but like There's really no spice to it at all. There's really not much bite on that. Yeah, I don't know. This is. I will say the mouthfeel has been okay. It's not. It doesn't have anything, that's sitting there poking or anything like that. There's no little stems or anything silly sitting there stabbing me in the mouth. Just now lost our stack of pancakes. You saw it live. Ha ha. All right, so made it about halfway. Because of the amount of tar that's coming off this thing, it is making that draw a little more difficult. It ain't been burning uniform really at all during this. So that's more points off, to be fair. Yeah, I'm not 100% convinced this is hand rolled. I'm just saying, I could pull out one of those Trader Jacks over there, and that thing's probably going to draw a little bit easier than this is right now. I don't know. I'm not 100% a fan of this flavor, but it does change around. I'll give it that. It has changed a little bit. It has morphed from point to point. See, now we're more of like a. Now we're more back to the oak. Now it's much more back to the oak. Yeah. It's. Okay, so now it's more like a combination of the opening oak bits. Opening oak bits and the more of that leathery taste. I don't know. That to me, for you to have to go half the cigar, which to be fair, this one's been rocking for a little while. I want to say we're about the 35-minute marker, and we still got a bit to go. If I was to full bore nub it, probably last upwards an hour, so I'd give it that. Yeah, definitely towards the end of it, you're definitely getting more of that woody and Stetson-y, cured leathery sort of. It's not too shabby on that aspect. It does have a hell of a nose burn though. Jesus, that sinus burn is rough. I am going to call this. I think I'm going to all around call this a 2. A 2 out of 5 catfish. Yeah, 2 out of 5 catfish. Just full bore. And like, I can't really think of anything better because I got burnt out on catfish when I was a kid. You know, when you eat it all the damn time, it just is not standing up really to where I would want it to be. The flavor profile, though it did start really morphing and start doing some good stuff, the burn hasn't been too good, and at this point, any real flavor changes to me, I've already had to suffer through almost 40 minutes of not very pleasant just for it to start getting pleasant. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that doesn't really bode too well on a good cigar. It should be pretty good all the way through. And I've had some that I would damn near rate 5, but like I don't want to come off as pretentious rating any of them super high like that, but I mean, I'm just saying this one to me is not as pleasurable to the senses to me. It doesn't. It looks good. It's very presentable. I will say that it is very presentable, very, very pretty. Very pretty does not inherently mean very good. Yeah, I'm confident with that 2 out of 5. If there was anything to justify that score any more so, I'm sitting there thinking I can't wait until I'm done with this. I'm not going to nub this. And I'm sitting here already thinking about the cigarette I'm going to smoke afterwards. So, yeah, we're going to call this one done. 2 out of 5. 2 catfish out of 5. Okay.
And upon further editing a review and whatnot, and going back and looking over my scores, I'm going to actually adjust this a little bit. Instead of a 2, I'm going to give it a 1.5. That brick house, absolutely garbage. All right, folks, and I appreciate you checking out the video. As always, easiest way to support your big bad bull, hit that like, subscribe, maybe even check out the store for me. Till next time, Big Bad out.
Can I help you? What's up? Okay.